As an actor, he's performed everything from Beckett and Pinter to Mel Brooks and the Farrelly Brothers. He's a musician who writes all the music for his best-selling DVDs and is undoubtedly the biggest-selling comedian in the UK today. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Lee Evans, Even Closer.
It's when an animal just stops dead. You ever stare at a squirrel and they suddenly go... fuck, he's gonna go for me throat! You should try it, it works. You know, someone picks on you out here on a Friday or a Saturday, you looking at my bird, go like, ah. Fuck, I'll leave him alone, I think.
The simplicity of it is one thing, but, you know, the detail...
Yeah.
Just the look, everything. It was just a perfect kind of collision. It's a Lee Evans moment.
Yeah,
almost,
I think, you know, we do that a lot in our house. I just said, I'll come in after being out in the garden or something like that, and I saw a squirrel just sort of do that, and then I'll sort of tell my wife, and she would go, oh, yeah, I know, there's loads of them there. But I actually, in my head, I find that quite funny. So, yeah, you will replicate it later on. If I find it funny, then I'll do it, and then see if it works in front of an audience. But what's quite nice with an audience is how then they connect with it.
Yeah.
They associate with it, which I find really interesting, because sometimes I'll write something and then I'll go, maybe that's just me. Surely I've just seen that. But then you go in front of an audience and you go, have you ever seen something? And they start laughing. You go, blimey, I thought that was just me. I mean, they connect with it somehow.
But you're very good at maintaining an ordinary life.
I don't do it on purpose. It's because I can't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to cope with it. Do you know what I mean? I would sort of.
How much of that do you leave to Heather to keep you on an even keel?
Yeah, I mean, she's always there to. She's always been the voice of reason, throughout our marriage.
Yeah.
You know, if I say to her, if I have a problem, she will come down to base level. Well, just tell him. But you can't just tell them. These people are important people. You know, they run the whole industry. Well, no, come on, that's it. Tell them. Yeah. Just say it. You know. We had that in America. I was working out in America for 2 years. I was writing, and I was at breaking point. You know, I was furiously writing, and was doing films and all that. And then I took a script in one day, and they said, "Oh yeah, could you change this?" And I already had like 9 changes, and I was writing another one. And my wife came up with a visit, and she went, "Tell him we're going home." And I said, no, Ev, this is huge, you know, it's like Hollywood and all that. She went, I don't care who they are, we're going home. So we went home.
Yeah.
She said, no, Lee, you're turning it, you're not Lee anymore, you're sort of turning it to this mad head, you know. So we sort of went home.
Why do you have shit impressions of each other? If you was actually like that, no fucker would talk to you if you was out. You know, if you was at a party and your wife went,
How important is it to kind of do things outside of your comfort zone, like the acting I'm specifically thinking of here? I mean, you're doing stuff like Beckett.
Yeah.
That's not simple. That's not an easy gig. You know, you love to push yourself.
I do like to take risks. I've got to be honest. I mean, when I first went to art college when I was about 17, what they taught you to do was just say, is to hand yourself over, let yourself be free, and just embrace it. Yeah. And that was one thing that I learnt at art college, was just jump in and just see what happens. And I love doing that, because it's not only pushing yourself, like I suppose, you know, like someone will climb Everest to see if they could do it. Yeah. And I'm not frightened. I don't really care if it fails. I don't really care, because I've got nothing to fail anyway. I'm just a pony old stand-up, so I've got nothing to lose. So if it doesn't work in an acting sense or a musical or whatever, it doesn't really matter. At least I've gained a bit of experience.
Well, I mean, stand-up is the ultimate lone gunman career, more so than singer-songwriter. It's a real kind of introspective madman's career, I think.
You know.
But how much do you learn from working with someone like Gambon, you know?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. You know, you sit in a rehearsal room for 4 months with Sir Michael Gambon, and you're going to learn some stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I remember on the very first day we opened the play, this Samuel Beckett play in the West End, and I was sat on the stage and I'm really shitting myself, because I'm thinking it's a Beckett play. I've always liked Beckett since years ago. I used to paint his pictures when I was at art college, and And I was absolutely shitting myself because I was looking from the perspective of stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Whereas you turn up at a gig, you better be good and you better think on your feet, otherwise you die. But Michael was thinking from an actor's point of view, whereas listen to what I'm saying and I'm going to perform for you. I couldn't get my head around that jump. And I was sat on the stage and he said, "You look worried, what's the matter?" And I said, "Well, Michael, I'm shitting myself, mate. I really am. You know, we got a big crowd coming in tonight." And he went, "No, this is where the magic takes place. I'll show you. I'll show you." And it was unbelievable. The first night, he sat behind the curtain, really calm, like that. And I just looked round to him and I realised that you're in the presence of a bit of a governor here.
Yeah.
And I felt so safe with him on stage. And the curtain opened and he has the opening line. He just shouts, bellows he was sat in a wheelchair, he bellowed to the back of the audience. And, "Wah!" That's his first line. "Wah!" And I thought, well, this is fantastic. There isn't that tightrope you're walking. The play is written, it's a brilliant play. It's been tried and tested. The lines are perfection. And you know when you do them, the audience are like, they're straight on it, straight into it. So it was brilliant to do and to feel so safe with Michael. Although, I have to say, on the odd night, we would get some of our crowd turn up, expecting it to be like, "Hey!" You know, and I'd come on and I was a cripple in the show.
Yeah.
So I had one sort of like gammy leg, you know. I had a vitamin deficiency, so I'd walk on stage like that, and then you'd hear from the crowd, "Go on, monkey boy!"
Oh, no.
And Michael would be sat in his wheelchair and he'd go, you know. So it was interesting. And you start to take this knowledge in. You just not, subconsciously you take it.
Even if you get through to a normal human being, it's no better, because all these companies now have got these call centres, but the idiot on the other end of the line's got a script to go by and he can't come off the script. Fuck no. You ring them up and you go, "I'd like to open an account on the internet." And they go, oh, can I have your account number, please? "Well, no, I ain't got one yet because I'm not on the internet, am I?" Oh, yeah, gotcha. "Can I have your account number, please?" And they have a script to go by, but they wouldn't like it if we had a script and we stuck to our script. They wouldn't like that very much. You know, you get BT call you up to remind you to pay your bill, and they go, "Can I speak to the account holder, please?" And we go, "I am Spartacus." No, the account holder, please." "No, I am Spartacus."
Music, you can't get away from the music in a set. You have to put that in. That you love a song.
I do
you
love
a
a
sing.
song. That's for me, that bit.
I know,
feel
but
so
yeah.
sorry for the audience when I start doing it.
You feel sorry for him.
I know. I'm sorry. I apologise. But it's something I've always done, and I do like to do it. And I got this bit of a thing going on where I like to do a show. In other words, you know, open with something kind of cool, put a few routines in there, and then sort of end off with some sort of thing, you know, or a finale. Or
Song and dance man. You're song and dance man.
Yeah, that's me now. I'm going to start tapping in a moment. But I like to do that, and then I like to end off with a song, you know. But I always try and make the songs to have a meaning, some sort of meaning to them.
Yeah.
You know, or to have a theme of what the show was about in the first place. Like the last one, you know, the big tour was, you know, it was about the planet and what was going on with the war in Iraq, and it was kind of all that sort of stuff. And I do it in such a way that it's very light, and it's whether people sort of take it in or they don't take it in, it's up to them. And I'd rather just do something where people go, I don't quite understand what he's doing, but okay, I'll go with it.
Yeah.
You know, I quite like that.
Yeah.
It's not a message. I don't want to do any messages or anything. I'm just a comedian. My job is to comment, not to tell anybody what to think. It's not my
Is there not the temptation to, with you having such a broad reach?
No, it's because if you go, do you want A or B? I think they're both ridiculous. Which one do you want?
Yeah.
And then you give the choice to any, you know, you mention something. If you're going to mention something, give people a choice. You go, do you want A or B? They're both stupid. What do you want? And then it's whatever you choose. It's whatever you want to choose from that. But, you know, give some options.
You're big.
Very lucky. I'm lucky because, you know, you sort of think, God, this is quite amazing. You know, and I do have that chat with me manager. I've had this chat with me manager. I've said to him, I'm knackered. And you go, well, go, right, that's it. Go and play the Comedy Store again. Go on. And he's right. He's right. If you think about it, he's right. You go, hold on a minute. Oh, why am I moaning about being knackered? It's the O2 out there.
Yeah.
And there's 20,000 people have turned up. What's the matter with you? You're not tired. Take an aspirin and get on there, you know.
Always a pleasure to speak to you, young man. I wish you continued success in whatever it is you choose to do.
Thank you very much, Phil. I really
My
appreciate
pleasure,
your time. I
dear
really
boy.
do. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Lee Evans, ladies and gentlemen.